welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Dudu, back at it again with another banging video. In today's video, as you already see by the title, I'm going to be telling you guys a short story time about how I lost my BRP, aka my official form of British identification, you guys. The thing that allows me to leave and re-enter the country. I lost that. Anyway, it was such a stressful time, but fortunately I have managed to get a replacement BRP since then. Managed to get mine back really quickly in 4 weeks. And so I just want to tell you guys the whole story of how it happened. So if you have lost your BRP, don't worry, it's gonna be okay. Trust me, I have been there. You just need to watch the video and I'll give you guys all the steps that you need to get your replacement BRP. If you have not lost it, feels to me like it's more important for you to watch it than someone who has lost it, because you need to understand the stress that comes with having lost a BRP, okay? But yeah, I really hope you guys find this useful. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below to join this amazing family. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in. And before we get into this video, I do want to say thank you to today's sponsor, which is Amber, a student accommodation company, and I'll be letting you guys know more about them further on into today's video. So yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. So you guys, getting into the story, honestly I feel like just thinking about it is taking me back, and it was such a stressful time. It's okay. I genuinely feel like I'm put on this earth to experience things so that you guys don't have them as hard as I did. Do you get what I mean? So this is me sharing. Anyway, it was in December last year. It was just a regular uni day. Then I actually had a set schedule on my days. Like I was going to campus, I'll do whatever I need to do. I'd come home around 7. If I had an event afterwards, I'd go to that event, I'd come back. I was really very well structured. So that particular day was no different. It was not very different. I went to uni and I had my uni work, and then there was an event for the King's Gospel Society. Imagine on the day I was connecting with the Lord is when this happened. But it's okay. I went for the King's Gospel Society event with a few people, and it was all good. It was all nice. It was a Friday. It was actually a Friday. Oh my god, I remember. It was a Friday. So I was so excited to just come home and chill because I'd had a long week. And so it was I think 9 p.m. After the event ended, my friends and I all kind of went our separate ways. I decided to go to the station near that campus. It was happening at Waterloo. And that day particularly, the little boom gate thing, I don't know what it's called, but where you tap and tap to pay whatever, was open. So it was they were fixing something in the whole system, so it was all open. And I was to try and figure out how to pay or to jump. And I also knew that my station where I get off at, the thing is open at nighttime, so I know I don't need to, especially at nighttime. So I was I'm gonna save me some money. I took my card holder and I put it back in my bag. So I thought. So before we get further into today's video, I wanted to tell you guys a bit more about today's sponsor, which is Amber. Amber is a platform through which students can book accommodation near their universities, and currently operational in over 100 cities around the world. Amber has accommodation in Australia, Europe, and the United States. And just to mention a few European countries, we have Denmark, France, Germany, Ireland, UK, and so many more. They currently have over 20,000 listings on their platform, so trust you're going to find yourself an accommodation near whichever university, wherever you are planning to go to. So the way that it works is you can simply go to the Amber website. You can search according to the distance from your university, the size of the room, suite, or a studio, the price range. But there's so many different things that you can filter out and use to find the perfect accommodation for you. Once you have found an accommodation that you like, they provide a free and personalized assistance to help you in the finalization process, the booking process, help you do all the tedious paperwork. And what I love about them is that they do provide free cancellation for international students in case of visa delays, visa issues, and all of that. So they do really value their student relationship. Another really great thing about Amber is that they do provide amazing discounts, freebies, and deals to their students with the companies that they're partnered up with. And currently I can actually tell you that they have partnered up with MasterCard, and if you use a MasterCard to book your accommodation, you will get a £100 free Amazon voucher, which will allow you to get all your decor, all your bedding, and all that stuff that you need for your room. And I just feel like it's such an amazing deal, and there's so many other deals that they do provide. So they're definitely an accommodation provider that you can bargain on. So you guys, if you do want to book your accommodation with Amber, make sure to check out the link in my description. Thank you again to Amber for sponsoring today's video. I used to carry my cards in this one card holder, all my cards. That's where my BRP was. I also had my bank card and my Oyster card. And so that day it was like, okay, I guess I'm not like what? Using them. But I think I may have taken them out and then put them in my pocket. And then yeah, anyway, it was a normal train ride. I went on the train, I got out, and when I get out at the station, I was about to like think about taking my card holder out to pay. And then I remembered, but wait, I didn't tap in, so obviously there's no need to tap out. So I just like walked out and it was a good day. But then something weird happened. I just had this feeling, like, you know when you have a weird feeling. So personally, this is not something fun, but personally, I've had 2 phones stolen from my person. Like, it's not even a fun story, but whenever I did get my phone like stolen from me, I just had this weird feeling afterwards where I just knew. So when I was walking home and, you know, minding my own business, and I was like, wait, I started to feel weird. I was like, do I have my card? Like, where is my card holder? Like, my BRP is in there, you know? And then I remembered, but I didn't tap out, so obviously it must be what? In my bag. So I thought. So I got home, and as soon as I got home, I was like, okay, let me check my bag just to make sure. Like, I know it's there, but let me just check. Guys, when I tell you I took out everything from my bag, I checked all my pockets, I literally opened every single book, I shook it, and I did the most. And that card holder was not there.
He needs some milk.
And yeah, so at that moment I was like, okay, it's cool. I decided, okay, let me go back and trace my steps. Let me go back to the station. Maybe I dropped it when I was coming out of the train. So I did that. I went back to the station. I was looking, like I was carrying my torch, checking everywhere, and it wasn't there. I get there, I asked the officials, I was like, did you guys pick up any card holder with like cards, this? They were like, no. And at this point, I'm starting to panic. I'm like, okay. And then I like go back home and I'm like, okay, this is happening. I need to deal with it. I need to do something. I called the train station to ask, okay, so what do I do if I've lost something in the train? And they're like, you have to go to the lost and found. But it was a Friday, and they're like, unfortunately, the lost and found is closed during the weekend, so you're gonna have to go on the Monday. Can you imagine how I felt? That weekend was so brutal. I was just there like, my life is over. I've lost this thing. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do now. I can't leave the country. Is it even legal to just be existing without, like, it was so it was so extreme. And I know if anyone's watching this and has lost their BRP, they know exactly what I'm talking about. So I was trying to be really proactive. On the Monday, I went to this train station, lost and found. I asked, have you picked up this? Did you pick up this on Friday? It has this, it has that, and that. And they were like, no. I went to another train station, lost and found, where it could potentially be, and it wasn't there. And I was like, no, I'm holding on hope. Like, I really feel like there's a good Samaritan maybe that picked it up in the train, is gonna Google my name, find it, and message me. guys, I really thought someone would do that. Like, was I being delusional? But I really thought that. So after I didn't find it in the lost and found, I reported in the TFL thing. So there's this thing where you can report online. So I went to their website, report lost item and all of that, and I was like, you know what, let's hold on some hope. This is before I'm reporting it lost to like the home office. I reported it and I was waiting. I called them again, I think after a month, still nothing, still waiting on a good Samaritan to hit me up and tell me, oh, you know, I just found your stuff and stuff. And that didn't happen. And so yeah, fast forward to 2.5 months later, and I had no choice but to have to apply for a replacement one. And so basically this brings me to the actual process of applying for a replacement BRP. So what's really important is that you apply for your replacement BRP within 3 months of losing it. So if you don't apply for it within 3 months, you may have to pay a fine of £1,000, guys. You do not want to pay that fine. And genuinely speaking, after having experienced this, I recommend that you apply for your replacement BRP after 1 month of losing it, just in case you do find it. So just to put it in like step form to make it easier, step 1 would obviously be to report it when it like gets stolen, however it did get stolen. So for me, I reported it to the TFL thing in case I could get it back, you know, because I did lose it in the train. If someone like snatched it from you or it was stolen from you somehow, do report it to the police. Step number 2, which is what I recommend you do after a month, is go onto the website of the uk.gov. I'll leave links in my description of all these things in chronological order. So you have to go to the uk.gov website to report your BRP lost or stolen. And this is very simple. You just have to fill in your name, when it was stolen or how it was stolen, and your old BRP card. So basically this process is when they like cut off and you're no longer able to use that old BRP card even if you find it. That's why I really do recommend that you wait a month. This will allow you to, you know, in case it was in a book or something, which is something that I've seen on a few videos, people do find it after like 2 weeks and they've like already like reported it on that website and there's nothing that they can do about it. So just wait a month in case it does come to you, but then after that report it, and once it's reported, even if you find it, like you have to go on and do the process and pay monies and all of that. Which brings me to step number 3, kind of tying it back to my story. Just reported it in the uk.gov website, and then I went on to do the application form. And you guys, when I tell you it's intimidating, but trust me, as someone who has done it now, it's actually not that bad. So don't worry, I'll leave a link in my description. I actually have a copy of my replacement BRP application form here, and I'm just gonna go through a few sections so you guys are a bit like relaxed to know what it is that you'd expect to fill in. So obviously it's the basics. There's my name, my details, address. It's very important to put the correct address because once they do issue out your new BRP, you're gonna have to put it there. Your old BRP number. So I really do recommend, if you haven't lost your BRP, good job first of all, take a picture of the front and the back to make sure that you have an account of all the details on it in case of an emergency like this. And then they'll obviously ask you about when you lost it, the date, how you lost it, where you lost it. So after completing this form, you have to pay £75.20 to be exact. So I had to pay £75.20 to send off this application, and that's basically though the only amount that you are gonna pay throughout this application process. But it really does suck, like you don't, it's such an unnecessary expense. That money could go into something else that's useful. So after this form, obviously like any other application form, you will have to submit some kind of supporting documents, and there's only 2 mandatory documents, and those 2 are the only documents that I actually supply. These 2 things are your proof of address and a consent letter form that you have to sign. When it comes to these supporting documents, you're gonna have to provide them on a different platform, which is the next thing that you go to. So after this form, you'll submit and then be sent a link to create an account in this new website, which will allow you to kind of book an in-person appointment or submit your supporting documents. However, something that they're trying to change, the website was made so you're able to book an in-person appointment, submit your documents, go to the in-person appointment and do your biometrics and whatnot, but they're trying to shift it to a new system that uses a mobile application, which is how I did it. So once you get this email, you create an account on this website, you will still have to wait for a new email that will invite you to either download this application and do everything through this mobile application, or to go on and book an in-person appointment and all that. I basically did get that email to say you can do your stuff through the mobile app, and it was a very simple process. Downloaded it off of App Store and it's there on Google Play Store as well. And 2 supporting documents I had to provide. So the proof of address that I provided was a bank statement because it had my name and my address, but you can find anything that has your name and the address. And then the second one is the letter, the consent letter for them to do other checks, which you would have received at the end of doing the first thing. So you just need to sign it and submit it in that app. Some extra things that you do need to do on the app are to scan your passport page on your passport and submit it on there, and also you have to like scan your face to just confirm it's you. This is basically to cancel out the whole biometrics thing.
Basically they just want to confirm that it's actually you who's requesting a new BRP. They already have all the old information from your old BRP and want to reprint it. So yeah.
So after I did all of that in the mobile application, I then submitted, and that's when the waiting game begins. I was told it would take between 6 to 8 weeks, but fortunately for me it only took 4 weeks, which I was so happy about. And I basically just got an email to say, you know, your application has been successful, you'll receive your BRP at this address that you provided in the next 10 working days. And I actually got mine like I think in 2 or 3 working days, which was so amazing. So yeah, you guys, that is the story of how I lost and recovered my BRP. And so yeah, I really do not recommend that you carry your BRP around. Make sure you treat it more like a passport. To be fair, the only reason why I carried my BRP a lot is because I wanted to have a form of identification that had my date of birth. And now I'm looking into other options like getting a provisional license here in the UK. So if you are like me and you're only wanting to carry it because you want a form of identification with your date of birth, do look into getting a provisional license here in the UK. You actually do not have to take any type of test to get that provisional card. Yeah, that's definitely something to look out for. If I find other alternative forms of ID that have date of birth, I will put them in my description box. I'm really sorry if you have lost your BRP. Trust that it is going to be okay. Just follow all the different steps that I've mentioned and you will get your BRP in no time. So yeah, this brings us to the end of today's video. If you did find this video useful, don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up. If you didn't find it useful but you know someone else it could help, or someone who could potentially lose their BRP and you just want to warn them, do share this video around. And if you've come all the way to the end of the video and you're not already subscribed, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below to join this amazing family. And don't forget to turn on your post notifications so that you are notified every single time that I post a new video. Thank you again to Amber for sponsoring today's video. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.